If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Now, there is the chance that Travis Scott will drop his new album, Utopia, on June 23rd this year, so in almost exactly 4 months. Today we're going to talk about that theory as promised in the last video on this, so let's jump straight into this. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 20 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and details everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week. Also, follow me on TikTok. I'm posting on there daily. You don't want to miss out on that. Now let's actually get into the video. So in the video yesterday, we talked about that interview with Epic Records CEO where he said that Travis Scott would be dropping in June. I did say yesterday to take that with a grain of salt because there might be some more info coming out and we can't really find the full article on this. Still, send it to me if you have the info because we can only find this little snippet. And we also talked about how Travis talked, about Utopia on a couple of occasions over the past couple of weeks. For example, at the HBCU charity softball event where, fans shouted Utopia at him and he then replied, that motherfucker's coming soon. Y'all seen that clips, more info in the video yesterday, and also about the fact that at a recent live performance, he said that he will be dropping after all other Cactus Jack members dropped. So we're talking about Chase B, Sheck West, Don Toliver, who just dropped yesterday, and also about Sofago. Couple of people in the Reddit already laid out somewhat of a release schedule that we could be seeing with each artist dropping in each month up until June, which will then be Travis Scott month with Utopia. So that was the theory. Well, there's actually a double down theory on this where we can actually get to an exact date when Travis might be dropping Utopia. So let's actually talk about that. So first of all, the first thing that I want to get out of the way is that he is performing in Milan in Italy on June 30th. Now, I want to put this first before the evidence that maybe you've seen on social media, because the reason for this is that last year, 2022, we had Kendrick Lamar with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Obviously, I shot a bunch of videos on that. Now, he had the same thing going on last year. We were kind of thinking about when could the album be dropping, and he also had a performance in Milan at the iDays Festival in Italy in that summer, also around June. It's like the same annual event that Kendrick performed last year. And in the details for those iDays festivals last year, we could see that they said that Kendrick Lamar will be performing snippets or songs from his new album. And this was kind of the evidence last year that Kendrick would be dropping before then so that he can then perform Mr. Morale at the event in Italy. The same thing goes for Travis Scott this year. He is performing on June 30th. So the theory goes that he is likely going to be dropping before that. Now, the 23rd would be the perfect day to drop because you got a week until the festival is happening. You don't want to drop the same day as the festival because, on the day of release, you want the album to kind of breathe and let people get their first reactions in and get your rollout really going up. You're probably doing a lot of promo, stuff like that. But a week later, you could be performing at a festival and people would be going crazy for it. And then you got, snippets and posts from the festival and, oh my God, this is crazy live. You got to go see him on tour. Then he announces a tour and it's crazy. That's like how the music business goes. So that's the first piece of evidence that we got. So that would be also kind of doubling down on a release date in June. This is not about the 23rd exactly, but that's what we're going to get to now. Remember Dystopia, Escape Plan, and Mafia with that tape, that little 2-pack, it's not a tape, a 2-pack EP that we got on November 5th, 2021. My 19th birthday back then, and on the same day the Astroworld incident happened, so that was really not like a very cool way to celebrate my birthday, but let me tell you, he dropped this EP, and on there's a couple of things that we gotta uncover. So let's take a look at the OG cover for this, and I'm saying OG because he changed it ever since then. When you look at the OG cover and you look at what you can see on the print of this whole thing, because it's this altered version of this Weekly World Truths article. Let's take a look at, you can see the title Weekly World Truths. What does it say underneath that? It's a date. It's like the date that on this cover is supposed to be the issue date of this magazine, and it says June 23rd, 1992. Now, obviously, we never really thought much about that. Last year, the date that then would have been dropping Utopia in 2022, so half a year later after he dropped this EP, or 8 months later, which we thought was going to be the summer that he would drop it, that wouldn't have been a Friday, the 23rd. It would have been like a Thursday or Saturday, like one day shifted. This year it's a Friday though. And the funny thing is, he changed the cover since, and that's kind of what people are getting suspicious about, because now when you go on Spotify, and this is a screenshot that I took directly from Spotify from the EP page, it's removed. Look right there under the headline, Weekly World Truths. No date at all. He changed it. He specifically updated the cover on streaming platforms, basically, because the one that I showed you earlier I got from the Genius page for this. So this is actually the official one. Nobody photoshopped that in there. That is the one that we had all the way up until now. Now, it's not sure when he exactly changed this, but it must have been over the past couple of weeks or months. Now, the question obviously is, why did he change it? Is he not dropping on the 23rd anymore? Also, why is it 1992? That has nothing to do with 2023, obviously. Those are all questions that are still open and up in the air. Also, why, I'm thinking that the Astroworld Festival incident kind of pushed this thing back. I think before November 5th, 2021, Travis was planning on dropping Utopia in the summer of 2022. So last year, the Kendrick summer. Well, he didn't, because he was still going through a whole bunch of publicity that was not really good. He had to go on Charlemagne and talk about the whole thing and do all of that, which was very well justified, obviously. He had to take some time off to kind of let people not to convey that he's just like dropping new music right after he had a festival where people died. So obviously that was what was going on, but I'm guessing maybe he was already planning ahead in the future. Maybe he was going to drop 2023 June 23rd all along, because why put a date on your cover that falls on a Friday this year and then remove it right after? I mean, if it was just like random, then I guess nobody would have cared. But why remove it? That is the big question that I got. If he is gonna drop on the 23rd, why not just let it be there? Why do you have to remove it? I think he removed it just so people would start making theories, just as I am right now. Because, Travis knows that it's kind of like all feeding on these theories, the hype for the fans and stuff like that. Because why else would you pay attention to that date on the cover? Now, whether he's dropping the 23rd, we don't know. We actually don't know. But it seems pretty reasonable, judging from him saying that motherfucker's coming soon, judging from him saying that it's going to drop after all other, Cactus Jack members drop, and we just had Dawn drop, and we have Fago dropping in May, so likely going to be June, and the Epic Records CEO said that he's dropping in June. So that's kind of the basis of this theory and where we at right now. Obviously, if you have any other information, please let me know in the comments, because you would, tell all the fans. And also, he's performing at the iDays Festival on June 30th. So that is also a pretty big sign. Now, it was also a pretty big sign for you to go check out the merch bar below this video and cop your amazing Ben's Music hoodie. And you can get 20% off with the code TRUEFAN. What a bargain. And you're supporting your boys, so make sure to go do that. And also, all of your thoughts and everything that you got on this theory and on Utopia, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.